Hi guys, welcome to Talk to Me Tuesday for Tuesday, October 4th, 2016. This is Jennifer. So guys, let's talk about last week. I posted a super short video with Vicky and most of you thought 20 seconds was not nearly enough. I did want to explain really quick that we were sitting in a pub and we were with our husbands and 20 seconds was about long enough for what we were doing. We just wanted to say hi and then we spent hours sitting in the pub just chatting. Vicky and her husband Lee very generously gave us almost an entire day of their time and they took us all over Oxford and they were our personal tour guides and it was a fantastic time. It was a wonderful time. It still feels really surreal to me that I was there and now I am home again. London was wonderful. It was really a honeymoon for myself and my husband. It was a vacation that we took for ourselves after our kids had gone off to college, and we've been wanting to travel since we were in college ourselves, and this is really the first time we've been able to travel like this together, so that was just amazing, super exciting. We stayed in Notting Hill in a hotel called the Portobello Hotel, which was fantastic. I will put a link in the description just so you can look it up because it was super cool. We used it as our base of operations. We were a half a mile in both directions from a tube station, and so we would just get up in the morning, have our completely awesome continental breakfast, and then we would go off for the day and jump on a train to wherever we were going for the day, and we did that every single day we were there. We had scheduled a couple of tours, which we did months in advance. Like I said, we picked a lot of things to do ahead of time. So we did tours like every other day, and in between we went exploring, and we had like we basically made a bullet list. We were both super organized, so we made a list and we organized it by what we wanted to do, and then every day we just go, okay, we're gonna do these 3 things, and we only ended up with a few things that we didn't do, and that will be for next time. So I wanted to show you a little show and tell today since I did do some souvenir shopping. First of all, the t-shirt I am wearing, as you may see, is from Oxford University. I purchased this when we were out with Vicky and her husband, and she sent me a postcard that has this on it ages ago, and it's actually on my friendship wall. So it's really cool to have this in a t-shirt now. I've only been home since Thursday night, and this is the second time I've worn it. So also this I got at the British Museum, and it basically says mom in Egyptian, which I thought was super cool, and it's silver and very pretty. These I got, these are handmade from Ireland, just Celtic circles, which is really fun little just dangle earrings. On the wall behind me are just some of the bags that I got while I was there. Reusable bags, like in Austin, are huge in London. So I got, in London and Oxford both, I bought reusable bags because usually they were £1 or £2, and then I had not only whatever I got at the shop, but then I had a bag that was like a little extra souvenir. One of the kind of new things we started doing while we were traveling was a lot of places had really cool Christmas ornaments. So we started collecting those while we were there. So we got a big bin. These are all 3-dimensional and they're fabric with trim and they're just super cool. And this one is the British Museum. And check out this like tapestry fabric. This one was from one of our day trips, which was Stonehenge. And this one's decorated on both sides, which is really cool. And this one is from Oxford and the Bodleian Library, which something of a religious experience for me. Getting to see just even the building was amazing. And then I got all kinds of cool stuff in their little shop. So this is an alabaster candle holder. This basically lights up because this part is hand carved and it is alabaster, which is pretty freaking neat. This one made me think of Vanda because these were hand carved in South Africa and they had them at the British Museum, and it is a turtle. As you guys probably know by now, I really like turtles, and his little shell comes off, and inside is a matchbox that I bought, which is upside down, at the Sherlock Holmes Museum, which was phenomenal. If you like Sherlock Holmes and you ever go to London, it's amazing. It's totally worth it. Basically, it's a Victorian era house that they have stuffed full with things that would have been appropriate to Sherlock Holmes. Every room is decorated. They have a whole floor that's just scenes from the book. You've got Holmes's room, Mrs. Hudson's room, Watson's room. There is the sitting room is there. The bullet holes are in the wall. It is mind-blowing and totally recommend it. The whole place was phenomenal. I do have to tell you that my one-two true homes is and has pretty much always been Jeremy Brett. And they had posters, so, you know, I had to get a poster. So Jeremy Brett will be framed and probably hung in my sewing room somewhere because, like I said, he's my one true homes. Aside from sightseeing in general, like we went to Westminster Abbey and we saw, like I mentioned, Big Ben. We went to the British Museum and we went to Piccadilly Circus. We did a lot of the big things, and then we also were, since we were staying in Notting Hill, we were like a block and a half from the Portobello Market, so we went there a couple of times. We actually, the day we got there was market day, so we got to see it with like all the stalls out in the street, was just super cool. And the song from Bedknobs and Broomsticks, totally true. They had everything from fruit, so the things you want to, you know, need to make for dinner, like whatever, and then all the way up to like antiques and books and you name it, they had everything. So in the Portobello Market, this was actually the last day we were there, so it wasn't market day anymore, but all the shops were still open. I found this in a store that had a whole bunch of dollhouse stuff, and this, as you probably see, is a teeny tiny stack of fabric with a teeny tiny iron on top. And this was just a whim. I didn't buy this for any particular reason. I do not collect miniatures. I just thought it was awesome. The last souvenir I have to show you has a little bit of a story because the hotel that we stayed in was just layers of awesome. So lots of fabric used for, you know, like draperies and soft furnishings, and there was brass and there was chrome, and there was just, it was just, I'll put a link. There was just layers of stuff. And in our bathroom, there was just the most epic toilet paper roll holder you have ever seen in a bathroom. And every time I went into the bathroom, I said, I want that for my house. And then it was just, it was cool. It was brass and it was bulky. And the last day we were in the market, we were just walking down the street and we happened to see a seller that had some brass things on a table, and we walked over, and lo and behold, what did they have one single of? It was my epic toilet paper roll holder from our bathroom. So I bought it, and it is going to go in my Hobbit themed bathroom downstairs so that everyone will get the chance to use this amazing thing. I don't know why I like this so much, but I do. From the same stall, and for novelty reasons, because we do have a half bath downstairs, which is just a toilet and a sink, we bought this to put on the door. So that's the last thing. That was the same stall with the brass, and these were, I think these are actually Italian. I think it says on the back, made in Italy, but yeah, so just made in Italy. But anyway, really awesome Portobello Market find. One thing that I have to comment on is in the traveling that we have done in the United States, when we go to a museum or a park or whatever, and there's a shop, usually everything in there is overpriced. Shopping in all of the different places we went in London and the places we went in Oxford, everything was reasonably priced. T-shirts were like £15. Keychains were £2 or £3, £4. We got candy for our kids that was reasonably, everything was reasonably priced, and I was so impressed that nothing was overpriced. The food wasn't overpriced, and not only was the food not overpriced, but like in the British Museum, the cafe we went to was an Italian restaurant, and it was some of the best food we had while we were there. So it was like, it was kind of mind-blowing because it is not like that here. And just getting that experience of seeing how other people do it was like, you know, there's a better way. There's definitely a better way. Anyway, it was brilliant. It was fun. It was an honor to get to meet Vicky. I'm so thrilled that we got to spend the day together. I love that we got to meet her husband. That was totally unexpected. He took the day off and came and was like, helped us as a tour guide and hung out with us and stuff. And I think given a little more time, he and my husband would probably just totally hit it off because they have a lot of things in common. It was fabulous. Had a great time. And that is it. I'm not going to talk about anything else today. Just my trip because I needed to share that with you guys. And I do have a few little video clips I will put at the end. And I apologize ahead of time. It's going to be a really long video. I will see you guys next week. Bye. Oh, P.S. Don't forget to stop by Fandom and Stitches tomorrow for Vanda's Fantastic Beasts Mix and Match Harry Potter inspired quilt along. That's it. I promise. Bye.